In Vrindavan, the holy place of Lord Krishna, the devotees of the Krishna Balaram Mandir engage in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and this for 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. The non-stop chanting of
Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
is never ending, and that since 1986, when His Grace Indra Prabhu started and inspired a 24-hour kirtan. I was able to spend 3 full months in Vrindavan joining the 24-hour kirtan, and as well to wander around Vrindavan a little bit in the streets of Govardhan. So I would like to show you my impressions I had over the time. But what is actually kirtan? So as you can see and hear, it is music, but it is also a meditation and prayer. God has many names, each of them revealing His many attributes and character, such as being all attractive and the source of all pleasure. Hare addresses the feminine counterpart to Krishna in a respectful mood, asking her to mercifully engage us in the loving service of her beloved Lord. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai Shravanari Shudachite Karaya Uday. Pure love for Krishna is eternally established in the hearts of the living entities. It is not something to be gained from another source. When the heart is purified by hearing and chanting, this love naturally awakens. In the past 50 years, the chanting of Hare Krishna has gained more and more popularity in the world, since His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupada went from India to the West, armed only with a few copies of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which he has translated into the English language, and with the firm determination to carry out the orders of his spiritual master. By his faith and example, many great souls became inspired to practice the teachings of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Among them, the great devotee Indra Prabhu, also known amongst his followers as Shripad Aindra or Aindra Babaji. 1986, he started with the 24-hour kirtan, often being up alone the whole night, chanting and chanting, with no one there to support him. When he had to take a break in order to maintain some basic life-sustaining functions of his body, like eating and sleeping, he would humbly beg a few bystanders or temple monks to engage in the chanting of the holy name for only 2 or 3 hours so he can take a nap and eat something. Over the time, and due to his incredible dedication and faith in the wondrous process of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he inspired similar devotees to join in this great mission of keeping the flame of the Sankirtan Yajna burning at all times in Vrindavan. To this date, he is always present in the kirtan and worshipped and respected by all the regular members of the sacrifice. The general mood of the 24-hour kirtan is to always keep chanting. Even when the singer changes, someone always has to chant. On my first day, when I was asked to lead, I wanted to prepare by invoking the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting the Panchatattva mantra as I have learned, and they immediately stopped me. No, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They urged me to chant nothing else but Hare Krishna, and this was Indra Prabhu's desire and mood. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Gatir Anyata. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. So, in this way, even though there are many names of the Lord and many mantras to chant, the chanting of Hare Krishna is the only mantra permitted in the 24-hour kirtan in Vrindavan. There are many different moods of doing kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The usual time a devotee spends in the 24-hour kirtan is 2-3-hour shifts, 6 hours a day, every day, no days off. The chanting is very serious. Of course, because I'm not serious, I had a day off. But together with my daily japa, I did roughly 7 to 8 hours of chanting every day. Turned out that I actually really liked the afternoon and evening shifts because there were not so many people there, and I just cannot really deal with such a huge crowd as it is common in Vrindavan. I also went in the high summertime, so it was around 40 degrees at least Celsius every day, and not many people there, which is quite a good experience because I don't like the tourism. Visiting Vrindavan is actually not meant to be a touristic attraction that you go from place to place, you gather your pictures or videos, and that's it. Vrindavan is meant for spiritual advancement, coming closer to Krishna. And as nice and as transcendental the kirtan is, there are also some aspects in Vrindavan that are seriously problematic. Things like monkeys stealing your glasses, like this happened to me 3 times, and they want to change it back for some fruit juice. You cannot even give them fruits anymore because they're so addicted to the sugar that they will only give you back what they stole when you give them the nice mango fruit juice. But this behavior of them is just a recent problem. And some time ago, the monkeys still had their own living space and places where they could gather their food.
Baba is a Brajvasi and he's taking care of the cow since 70 years of his life. He's about maybe 80 years now. From 70 years he's taking care of the cow, and he said that Giriraj Maharaj was very huge in his childhood time. There was beautiful trees, fruits, everything was there, and the mountain was very huge. Now it's become very small.
Even today at Govardhan, you can see that the monkeys are much more peaceful because they at least have some space on their own.
आज तो मजे आए तुम्हारे चक्कर.
My glasses only got stolen in the city, never at Govardhan. But to be honest, I prefer the monkeys to the humans because the monkeys are at least honest beggars. They steal something from you and they give it back for a little juice.
Ja, das sehe ich auch so mit den Bettlern, die kommen alle und wollen, also die fragen nicht mal anständig, die sagen Geld, 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 so in der Richtung. Und ich denke mir so, ey, Entschuldigung, bettelst du oder bedrohst du mich?
I was literally giving someone like 500 rupees one time, and this is enough to get you around for at least 4 or 5 days with food, probably longer. And immediately the next day again he came to me and begged, and I was just thinking, hey, 500 rupees is quite a bit for a beggar. You don't need immediately the next day again money. So there's a difference between professional begging and someone who is in need. And I would recommend you, if you go to Vrindavan and you feel like someone is bothering you, you're not sure whether or not they're even honest beggar they need it, just direct them to one of the many places where they distribute foods in Vrindavan. Like for example the Goshala at the Krishna Balaram Mandir. Like sometimes people would come and do like this, you know, like they beg for food, and then I just tell them where they can get food, and then they would smile and just go away because they know exactly where they can get food. There is no such thing as food shortage for human beings in Vrindavan, but there definitely is a food shortage for the animals. That is something that I have been discussing with some of my friends in Vrindavan that I have met. Especially we went to Govardhan Hill and I could get a picture of this myself, especially with all the rubbish that is lying around. You know, there are a few things that require serious attention from the government and from the local people there. Foremost is the rubbish problem that lies everywhere on the street. It's incredible to think that we propagate that Vrindavan is the most holy place in the world, but everywhere you go you just find rubbish and the smell of gutter, and this is seriously disturbing for the mind. And I have people telling me, Prabhu, this is all transcendental, Vrindavan is all transcendental. I want to ask those people, do you really think Krishna is pleased that his home is full of rubbish everywhere, that there are no trees, there are no fruits for the animals, that humans and animals alike are struggling every day to meet the basic necessities of life? Do you think this is God's arrangement, or is it human mismanagement? Vrindavan is such a beautiful place, especially the animals. You find there peacocks, cows.
He loves banana.
The monkeys are fun. I like them actually. They're very entertaining. I never really took offense when they were playing around with me. This is the disadvantage that has been brought to Vrindavan the past 50 years because it has increased more and more in popularity. It is growing more and more, but this type of growth is very unnatural because it is a growth of tourism. First of all, the economy is completely disrupted. That means that the local people there, for them the prices are increasing and increasing to fit more and more our Western standards, because for us, even though you will find that pretty much everyone in Vrindavan tries to cheat you when you look a little Western, they give you three times, 4 times the usual price, whether it's for a ride, for a haircut or for food, and they know exactly they can take it because for us it seems still very, very cheap. The animals in Vrindavan are actually very often starving, and that's not their fault because we just took away all their life space. There are no more trees, there are no more forests. Vrindavan means a forest, it's a place of forests, but when you go to Vrindavan nowadays all you see is a big wall of concrete. Srila Prabhupada has actually instructed us, his followers, to not only purchase temple places in Vrindavan, but to purchase land and to cultivate it. You know, for agriculture and cow protection is the very face of the transcendental Vrindavan where Krishna is having his pastimes. And at this point I actually want to give a really positive shout out to ISKCON, because they're actually having very nice places. You know, it's clean, you can meet there with other devotees, you can chant, you can have prasadam for free. They're doing a very nice job in many areas, but they are also becoming entrapped in this, how do we collect money, how do we expand, and you know, making new buildings for living and for comfort, but not getting the essential needs that is required for a natural human life, which is actually cow protection and agriculture. And this is exactly why we need an ISKCON. This is exactly why we need an organization that has the financial capacity and the manpower to do something, to change something. It's a movement. It's meant to move. It's not meant to stay in one place. And this type of cultivation is equally important to the cultivation of taste in the chanting of the holy name if we want to become Krishna conscious. With all that said, I hope I could give you some glimpses in the 24-hour kirtan. I hope this was somehow inspirational for you to visit. And if you want to see more of Vrindavan, especially more of the beauty, please have a look at the Our Trip to India series, where we visit some of the more beautiful places that you can see in Vraj.